Grocery retailers are trying more tricks to pass along shrinkflation without you noticing. We're going to talk about that and more. Hey people, it's JJ here. Hope you are all doing well. The Fed raised rates today. Today's Wednesday, March 16th. First, let's talk about the latest shrinkflation evidence. Now, many of you know what this is, but quick explanation. Retailers often, instead of raising prices, they will just make the size smaller, the package size. And in this case, with this Gatorade bottle, we've got a pretty slick way of trying to cover it up. Now, in a more recent move, Gatorade has shrunk their 32-ounce bottle down to a 28-ounce bottle and still charging the same price. Now, the worst part of this is, in general, sometimes they'll raise the prices and make the package smaller at the same time. So that would be a double whammy. In this case, just a smaller package, the same price, but you can see the slim down here in the middle, which makes it not as noticeable. It almost makes the bottle look taller when it's really not taller. It's just skinnier and 4 less ounces. All right, I've also noticed this in packages such as potato chips and pretzels. In some case, you open up the bag and it's like 1/4 of the way full, so 3/4 empty. You don't really notice it until you open it up. How can we fight back against this? Well, stop consuming products that you don't need. You can live without sugar drinks. You can live without Gatorade. In fact, if you just drink water, you'll survive just fine. There was a time, believe it or not, there was a time when humans only drank water. And sometimes it was dirty water, and they still survived. Now we're going to talk about the Fed rate decision and the rate hike that happened today. But first, more signs of panic at the grocery stores. Costco is again selling out of their emergency food products. Now we saw this when the sickness rolled out in about March, April, May 2020. We saw a lot of shelves empty. We had the toilet paper stampede where we showed you videos of people fighting over toilet paper because I guess they thought it was a diarrhea illness that was coming out. And who knows, that might have been one of the symptoms that people had. But we saw the panic in the toilet paper, and now the emergency food is back to the same thing that happened back then when we saw shelves get emptied out of certain products. Let's take a look here at this tweet. Staligran and Porsky tweeted this out here. Looks like Costco has sold out of almost all of their emergency food, especially the Mountain House brand items. Everything online goes to an error. Even the 2,200 to 6,000 pallets are sold out. Wow. Cold War 2.0 panic is here. And to me, that was funny because I bought that exact same product a few months ago, and I was second guessing myself. I was telling myself, oh, this is probably just going to go bad, or we're just going to end up eating it. Just mix it in with our meals because it's not going to be an emergency. Well, whatever you think is going to happen with this conflict over in Europe, the emergency could just be people panicking, thinking there's going to be a bigger emergency down the road, and therefore a lot of food items get bought up. And what's going to result from it? Well, it's going to be even higher prices. It's kind of like panic creates more panic, because when people panic and buy things in mass in bulk, it causes more shortages, and then people panic even more and they go out and rush to buy it. So it's almost like the herd mentality where people pile on top of each other trying to get stuff. All right, so the Fed quarter-point interest rate hike today. The markets already had that priced in. In fact, it would have been more harmful and more of a shock if they wouldn't have raised rates. So the markets had it priced in. But what does that tell us when inflation and prices are rising as they are? We see rents, we see the housing market, we see food prices, energy prices, prices going up everywhere, raw materials, goods, but yet only a 0.25% increase. Pretty pitiful. Just that by itself should tell you what's really happening with the economy, folks. This economic illusion is propped up on debt and easy money and low interest rates. We nearly doubled the money supply just in the past 2 years just to keep everything from falling apart, to keep millions from being homeless and from starvation. Now we see what's happening up in LA. We've got the eviction moratorium actually staying in effect in LA. We'll talk about that in a little more detail here in a future video. But I just wanted to get this quick one out today for you guys. Say thank you for supporting this channel. Also to my Patreons. New video just out on Patreon. Go right here to this link, or just go down below in description. And I've been told here that I've been a little bit unfriendly on this platform, so we're going to leave some of the more deep dive, some of the darker stuff over to Patreon. So link down below, or just go to this link right here. You'll also have more access to me over there, and we'll get more into the depths of the financial system and more over there. And we'll leave this channel with a little bit more of maybe a mainstream, friendlier type of content. So please support me over there. Thanks everybody for being here. Big love. Bye for now. Peace.